Henry. Okay, hello Henry. Henry, can you give us the sign that you're here? I am calling out the spirit of Florence Nightingale. What the hell was that?
Hell it sounded like.
My name is Scott.
I'm Kerry. We come with love, light and respect. We just want to know your story. Hello, it's Kerry. What's your name? He's gone? Who's gone?
Take a look. Get. Being a little tearful. Medium hit. This is Scott here. You want to talk to us? Well, it's your last chance. Have you got a message for us?
When a puzzling murder takes place, only one man can solve the mystery.
Elementary, my dear Watson. Purely elementary.
And when super sleuth Sherlock Holmes is on the case, no criminal is safe.
I've decided to accept your case, Miss Brandon. I shall help you all I can.
No job is too big.
This is no childish prank, Miss Brandon, but a cryptic warning of avenging death.
No clue too small.
You think these are the footprints of a murderer?
It's possible.
No criminal too clever for the amazing Sherlock Holmes.
You're the one man in England clever enough to defeat me.
Playhouse Video presents The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Just one episode in a chilling series of murder and mayhem.
Somewhere in London at this very moment, something tremendous is happening.
Don't miss the madness as Holmes and Watson solve one mystery after the next.
Ready when you are.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, only from Playhouse Video.
Elementary, my dear Holmes. Elementary.
Ollie. Good old boy, then. Let's see, now, I've got to speak one or two words, and just to try my voice, I understand. Well, there are two things that people always want to ask me. Well, one of them is how I ever came to write the Sherlock Holmes stories, and the other is about how I came to have psychic experiences and to take so much interest in that question. Well, first of all, about the Sherlock Holmes stories, it came about in this way. I was quite a young doctor at the time. I'd had, of course, a scientific training, and I used occasionally to read detective stories. It always annoyed me how in the old-fashioned detective story, the detective always seemed to get at his results either by some sort of lucky chance or a fluke, or else it was quite unexplained how he got there. He got there, but he never gave an explanation how. Well, that didn't seem to me quite playing the game. It seemed to me that he's bound to give his reasons why he came to his conclusions. Well, once I began to think about this, I began to think of turning scientific methods, as it were, onto the work of detection. And I used, as a student, to have an old professor, his name was Bell, who was extraordinarily quick at deductive work. He would look at the patient, he would hardly allow the patient to open his mouth, but he would make his diagnosis of the disease and also very often of the patient's nationality and occupation and other points entirely by his power of observation. So naturally I thought to myself, well, if a scientific man like Bell was to come into the detective business, he wouldn't do these things by chance. He'd get the thing by building it up scientifically. So, having once conceived that line of thought, you can well imagine that I had, as it were, a new idea of the detective, and one which it interested me to work out. I thought of 100 little dodges, as you may say, 100 little touches by which he could build up his conclusions, and then I began to write stories on those lines. At first, I think they attracted very little attention, but after time, when I began the short adventures, one after the other, coming out month after month in the Strand magazine, people began to recognize that it was different to the old detective, that there was something there which was new. They began to buy the magazine, and it prospered, and so I may say did I. We both came along together, and from that time, Sherlock Holmes fairly took root. I've written a good deal more about him than I ever intended to do, but my hand has been rather forced by kind friends who continually wanted to know more, and so it is that this monstrous growth has come out of what was really a comparatively small seed. Now, the curious thing is how many people there are in the world who are perfectly convinced that he is a living human being. I get letters addressed to him, and I get letters asking for his autograph, get letters addressed to his rather stupid friend, Watson. I've even had ladies writing to say that they'd be very glad to act as his housekeeper. One of them, when she heard that he had turned to the occupation of keeping bees, wrote saying that she was an expert at segregating the queen, whatever that may mean, and that she was evidently predestined to be the housekeeper of Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if there's anything more I could say with advantage about him. But on the other point, which is to me, of course, a very much more serious one, on the question of my taking up this psychic matter, curiously enough, my first experiences in that direction were just about the time when Sherlock Holmes was being built up in my mind. That would be about the year 1886 and 1887. So nobody can say that I formed my opinions on psychic matters very hastily. It was just 41 years now since I wrote a signed article upon the subject, which appeared in a magazine called Light, so that I put myself on record. During these 41 years, I never lost any opportunity of reading, of studying, and of experimenting on this matter. People ask me, will I write any more Sherlock Holmes stories? I certainly don't think it's at all probable. But as I grow older, the psychic subject always grows in intensity, and one becomes more earnest upon it, and I should think that my few remaining years will probably be devoted much more in that direction than in the direction of literature. Nonetheless, of course, I haven't abandoned writing. One has to earn one's living, but my principal thoughts are that I should extend, if I can, that knowledge which I have on psychic matters and spread it as far as I can to those who have been less fortunate. But don't for one moment suppose that I'm taking it upon myself to say that I am the inventor of spiritualism, or that I am even the principal exponent of it. There are many great mediums, many great psychical researchers, investigators of all sorts. All that I can do is to be a gramophone on the subject, to go about, to meet people face to face, to try and make them understand that this thing is not the foolish thing which is so often represented, but that it really is a great philosophy, and, as I think, the basis of all religious improvement in the future of the human race. I suppose I've said with more mediums, good and bad and indifferent, than perhaps any living being. Anyhow, a larger variety, because I've traveled so much all over the world, and wherever I've gone, either in Australia, America, or South Africa, the best that there was to be had in that direction was put at my disposal. Therefore, when people come along and contradict me, who have had no experience at all, read little, and perhaps never been to a seance, you can imagine that I don't take their opposition very seriously. When I talk on this subject, I'm not talking about what I believe. I'm not talking about what I think. I'm talking about what I know. There's an enormous difference, believe me, between believing a thing and knowing a thing. I'm talking about things that I've handled, that I've seen, that I've heard with my own ears. And always, mind you, in the presence of witnesses. I never risk hallucination. I usually, in most of my experiments, have had 6, 8, or 10 witnesses, all of whom have seen and heard the same things that I have done. Gradually, I became more and more convinced on the matter as I studied year in, year out. But it was only in the time of the war, when all these splendid young fellows were disappearing from our view, the whole world was saying, well, what's become of them? Where are they? What are they doing now? Have they dissipated into nothing? Or are they still the grand fellows that we used to know? It was only at that time that I realized the overpowering importance to the human race of knowing more about this matter. Then it was that I flung myself more earnestly into it, and that I felt the highest purpose that I could possibly devote the remainder of my life to was trying to bring across to other people something of that knowledge and assurance which I had acquired myself. Certainly the results have justified me. I'm quite sure I could fill a room of my house with the letters that I have received from people telling me of the consolation which my writings on this subject and my lectures on this subject have given to them. How they have once more heard the sound of a vanished voice and felt the touch of the vanished hand. Well, goodbye. Come along.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video and investigation. I've got a banger for you tonight. We are going to go to Minstead, All Saints Church, to investigate Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Now he was most famous for Sherlock Holmes, and he was also into spiritualism, and we are going to go and see if we can communicate with his spirit tonight for you guys. So that being said, shall we go and see where the spirits are at? Let's go ghost hunting, and we're off. So then guys, we're going to go and see if we can communicate with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. What do you think of that then, Jasmine, mate?
Yeah, let's do it.
What a lot of people don't realise is that he was very spiritual, wasn't he? And he was into his spiritualism. So...
oh, mediumship.
yeah, so... who knows? By us trying tonight, he might come back and say hello to us. You never know. Wouldn't that be awesome, Jasmine, mate, if he came back and proved to the world that life after death is real? That when you die, you do indeed move on to...
You could also ask him whether it was actually how he thought it was when he was alive.
Yeah, good point, Ricky. We could. That is a very good point. We're gonna go and visit his grave, and we're gonna try and communicate with him. We're gonna do it respectfully, and just see what we can get. Hey guys.
You never know, once again we could get something different tonight, what we expect, but that's the fun of the game.
I've always been a fan of Sherlock Holmes, especially the really old ones, and I'm very interested in doing this because, like I said, he was into his spiritualism and mediumship and stuff like that. Wouldn't it be awesome if he came back and gave us some proof tonight?
As long as if we can get some solid proof,
yeah,
through the reprophonics, then it might back up.
It really would.
The idea that it could be there.
I mean, what better person to try and communicate with than somebody that used to be like myself, into the spiritualism and mediumship, that would know what I was all about. You know, you just don't never know, do you?
If they understand you, then you might develop a rapport with them, and they might help you a little bit with your investigation. You might be able to find out things that you've been looking for in the investigation.
Absolutely, I agree.
just how you come across to him, see if he likes you. You never know. That's if he's even known this.
We've always gone to these places. We don't know what's going to happen. We never know what's going to happen. We just go along in the hope of getting some sort of paranormal evidence for you guys. And that's all we can do, isn't it? Well, we've just come into Minstead now, guys. We're almost there. I'm really looking forward to doing this one. I've always been a fan of Sherlock Holmes, and I've always wanted to investigate Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Wouldn't it be awesome if he come back and gave us proof tonight that there is indeed life after death? We're almost there. Oh yeah, there it is.
On the left here.
Up there.
Up the road.
Yep. I have been here before, a very, very, very long time ago.
I think I've only ever been to Minstead once, time in the past. That's something, you know. And I don't think I've been up this side of Minstead ever. So this is a beautiful.
Very long time ago I was here. Me and one of me mates, we love graveyard and going to graveyard, visiting them, and we do go round quite a lot of them.
So this is a new one on me. Let's see what we can find.
Let's see if we can get Sir Arthur Conan Doyle talking to us tonight, eh guys? Let's do this. Let's go and see where the spirits are at. Shall we go and do this? Take a look, see what we can get. I can see why, yeah. Very dark up here, isn't it? Do you know who Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is and Sherlock Holmes and all of that?
Actually, I can't remember. I'm sure I've heard of him. Was he not like Sherlock Holmes' son?
No, he was the actual author,
Oh, yeah.
the writer who created Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And that's who we are investigating now. We're finally here. Happy you, mate? Got the gate for you, Ricky, mate.
That's right, it's hard to hold the camera,
Yeah,
keep
I
you
guess it
in
might
shot.
Right, we're finally here. This is a awesome graveyard.
We're not quite in the bustle this time, are we, Scott?
You what, mate?
We're not quite in the bustle of it this time. Bit more out on the sticks.
A bit more out in the open
Yeah.
compared to the last one. Yeah, I know where he's buried. Over here.
I thought that was a house right there.
No, go down here. I think he's buried down here somewhere. And we're here. We have finally come to the Arthur Conan Doyle gravesite, which is this grave here. I'm just going to do a quick prayer. Oh, Father, Mother, God, we have come here tonight to try and communicate with the Arthur Conan Doyle spirit. We mean you no harm. We come with love and light and respect. We just want to know if life after death is real. We mean you no harm. We would like you to come and give us proof that it is real. Thank you. So that's my will and that's my word. And let it be. But as I am stood here, I am feeling a little tearful for some reason. I'm getting a elderly gentleman coming through. You didn't do. Like a tidy dark suit. I want to say about 80-ish with this gentleman. Oh, okay, I'm now sensing another spirit coming through. I'm picking up on a lady. I'm getting a like a Victorian type of lady coming through in a Victorian type dress. Hair bun and done up. I'm getting early 20s, maybe mid-20s with this lady, quite young. I don't know if they're connected at all. Now I'm starting to feel very tingly on the face. Is this you doing this to me? Are you, let me know you're here? I would like to think that this is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle that I have with me, with the male spirit. But I don't want to say that just yet. I need to collect a bit more evidence first. Come on, sweetheart. There's a connection between this gentleman and this lady. I can also see letters that have been written connected to this lady. Okay, thank you, thank you. I do feel deep within myself that this gentleman's spirit is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I do feel like it's him. Can you give me some proof that it's you? I feel like it was a long life dream to write, that he wanted to write. I feel like he would have written at an early age. I feel like he would have written short stories for, I presume, publication, like the newspaper or magazine, that type of nature. Who is this lady? I'm getting very strongly the name Elizabeth. Okay, thank you. Hello, Elizabeth, sweetheart. Who are you? don't know. I presume it could have been a lover, maybe? Or I'm not sure. I'm going to go for the time being maybe a lover. I feel that he would have passed very, very early. Okay, I'm getting that writing was a way of being able to cope with the loss of this lady. Okay. Can you give me anything else? Just seeing, not sure what this means, seeing the stars and like a little telescope, so I don't know if he was into that kind of thing. I'm getting that this gentleman was very spiritual. Can you give me anything else for me, please, my friend? I'm slowly losing connection, I think, because I'm not getting much more from them. Can I get a name for the gentleman, please? Right, thank you. I did get the name Arthur, and I do believe that this is him. Edward! Okay, thank you. Who's Edward? Edward has now come through. Have to do a bit better than that, my friend. You've given me your name. Can you give me any more? 1856. Right, connected, Edward. You to do with anything to do with these other two spirits? Elizabeth and Arthur. I don't know why, but I feel there's a connection between Edward and Arthur. Right, as the energy is now gone, I think what we're going to do now, guys, is have a little short rest and break. And I want, have you got Google and internet, Jazz, mate? Would you, in a minute, Google up the Arthur Conan Doyle for me and see if anything has come up in the information for me, please? Or do you want to do that now and then have a break?
I'll do it now.
Right, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get Jazz to look up the information to do with the Arthur Conan Doyle and see if anything will tally with my psychic reading.
Arthur Conan Doyle was born on the 22nd of May 1859, so that's
Wow.
quite close. Yeah,
That's close.
that's really close.
Very close.
He trained as a doctor, had a degree at Edinburgh University in 1881. He worked as a surgeon on a whaling boat and also as a medical officer on a steamer travelling between Liverpool and West Africa. He then settled in Portsmouth on the English south coast and divided his time between medicine and writing. In 1885, Doyle married Louisa, called Tui Hawkins. Louisa suffered from tuberculosis. In 1907, the year after Louisa died, he married Jean Elizabeth Lecky.
Wow. That is amazing.
He had maintained a platonic relationship with her while his first wife was still alive, out of loyalty. Jean outlived him by 10 years and died in London. He had 5 children: Mary Louise, Arthur Allen Kingsley, Dennis Percy Stewart.
Thank you, Jasmine, mate. Wow. That is brilliant. Guys, you all know I never look at the information on Google or nothing like that at all, do I, guys? You are witness to that, ain't you?
We don't look it up before we come out.
And that has just blown me away. So what I think we should do next, guys, shall we do a pendulum session and see if we can get anything from that?
Yeah.
What I thought I'd do next, guys, is a pendulum session to see what we can get from that. I am calling out the spirit of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. If you're with us tonight, can you make this pendulum move round in a circle for me, please? Look at that, guy, straight away. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much. Can you spin it round for me even faster? Can you do that for me? Thank you very much. If this is truly you, spin this pendulum round fast as you can. Can you do that for me? Spin it round for me as fast as you can. Thank you very, very much. I know you was into all your spiritualism stuff, wasn't you? If you was, can you knock that pendulum out of my hand for me? Can you do that for me? Knock that pendulum out of my hand. If you was into the spiritual stuff, knock that pendulum out of my hand. Can you do that for me? Use all my energy. Use all my energy to knock that pendulum out of my hand if you was into the afterlife, spiritualism stuff and mediumship. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Wow.
That was lovely.
That was awesome. Thank you. Wow, guys, that was awesome. Thank you, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. If that was you, that knocked that pendulum out of my hand. Shall we go again? Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, are you going to communicate with us tonight? Will you give us some proof that life after death is real and that we do go into the light when we die? Will you prove that to us tonight by coming back and talking to us? Can you make this pendulum move round in a circle for me, please? Look at that, look. Thank you very, very much. We mean you no harm. We come with love, light and respect. We want to know if the afterlife is real and that there is a place that we go to after death. Can you keep that spinning for me, please? Thank you, my friend. Right, can you stop it now for me, please? Wow, I don't think there's much more I can do on the pendulum side of things, guys. That was amazing. That really has blown me away, guys. I believe something knocked that pendulum at my hand. I really do believe that, guys. Guys, there's a 1,000 watt session. See what I can get from that. I am calling out the spirit of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. If you're with us, can you make the 1,000 watt move for me, please? Can you do that for us? You can use all my energy to move the 1,000 watt. You can either move them left or right. Does not matter. Can you do that for us? Move those 1,000 watt for me. Prove that you're here with us. Nothing. Right, we'll try it one more time. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, can you move these 1,000 watt for me, please? Can you do that for us? Come and give us a sign that you're here by moving the 1,000 watt. That one lightly wobbling. Is that you trying to make that 1,000 watt wobble? Use all your energy to move that 1,000 watt for me, please. Look, it's trying. Come on, sweetheart, you can do it. You can do it. That's it. Wow, look at that, Jazz.
That was cool.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you very, very much. Wow, man. Oh, bloody hell. That was awesome. Oh, I'm happy with that. Thank you very, very much for what you have just done for us tonight. It's been a fantastic investigation so far. How about giving Sir Arthur Conan Doyle his voice and see what I can get on the S-box?
Shall we try?
Yeah, do you want to try it, mate, and see what we can get?
S-box. Scanning FM.
What the hell was that? Did you hear that? Hello, anyone with us? I am calling out the spirit of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Are you with us? We want to know if we were You hear that? Woo-hoo! We want to know if the afterlife is real. Hello, anyone with us? Is there anyone that wants to talk to us? Feel free to do so. Can you tell me your name? What's your name? Come and talk to us. We mean you no harm. We come with love, light and respect. My name's Scott. That was something then, wasn't it? Come and tell us your story. Who do we have with us? Is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle with us? We're trying to communicate with him. Can you say your name, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Can you tell me the name of the person that's buried here at this grave? You want to do a bit of calling out, mate?
Hello. Hi. Good evening. How goes it? Hello, we've come to investigate the spirits of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. We understand you're into your spiritualist views and beliefs. Well, so are we. We're here to see what you have to say to us about the afterlife.
That almost sounded like as my friend just said, we are also into spiritualism and mediumship and proving that life after death is real. We are into the same things you was into. Can you give us a sign that there is life after death? Will you come and talk to us on our ghost box, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Will you come and say your name? Come and talk to us. We want to know your story. Do you mind us being here investigating you? Did you hear that? Don't know what it said, but it said something. Can you repeat that for me, please? What do you reckon, Jazz, mate?
We got some results from the S-Box.
I did hear something come through, but until I go home and
it's hard to pick it out.
It is. Watch the footage back and see what we have actually got.
Yeah.
So I think we should try the netophonic
Let's do it.
and see what we can get on that.
Yeah.
And we'll get any more.
Let me chatting away.
Hello, 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 anyone with us?
Hello. Is Jasmine here?
This is Scott here. Nice to meet you. We are trying to communicate with the spirit of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Are you with us, my friend? Can you say your name? What's your name? We mean you no harm, we come with love, light and respect. Do you want to call out?
Hello, Arthur. Come to speak to you about spiritualist views. Is there life after death?
Yes, I heard that plain as day. Yes.
Oh, bitch. Oh, thanks. Who's a bitch?
Can you tell me who we are investigating tonight? Did you hear that? Me. I swear it said me then. Who said me? Who are we investigating tonight? Can you tell us?
Hello.
Could you help us out and tell us if the afterlife is real? Very creepy.
Do you know I smoke?
I also wanted to say, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, I absolutely loved your Sherlock Holmes character.
There's a new series of it now. It's on TV.
It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, they got that modern, up-to-date one, didn't they? With what's his
I've got
name
these
in it?
DVDs somewhere.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love the modern one.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's the one. Bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah. Benadryl Cumberbum.
I also like the very, very old Sherlock Holmes TV series as well. That was also awesome. Thank you for writing them. He's become big now, worldwide. Loads of TV series and that done on him. What do you think about that? Your creation becoming big. Hello, 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 anyone with us? We're going to be going in a minute. Can you give us one last final sign that you're with us? Can you say your name for us? What's your name? The person we're investigating tonight.
fine.
Can you tell me your name? Before we leave, can you tell me if the afterlife is real? Do you wanna make a move in a minute and call it a night?
I need
Do a
to wrap
little
this up, yeah.
bit of a walk round
I've
on
got
the
to
way
go.
out.
I've got to go, I'm afraid.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, we are going to be leaving in a minute. We're going to leave you in peace. Thank you very, very much for letting us investigate you tonight. We mean you no harm, and we come with love, light and respect. Thank you for everything you have done for us.
Thank you.
You are awesome. Hello, hello, anyone with us? Anyone that wants to talk to us? Now's your chance as we are leaving. If you want to talk to us, now is your last chance. Have you got a message for us? Give us a sign that you're here. Give us a sign you're with us. Can you tell me your name? We are leaving now. We're going to leave you in peace. Thank you for everything you have done for us. God bless. And thank you. See you soon. Hello. Bye. Wow, what a fantastic investigation tonight has been. We got some cool things that happened, like when they knocked the pendulum out of my hand. That was awesome, that blew my mind away. We also got the dowsing rods moving this time, that was also awesome. We got some things on the S-box and the Netaphonic. I won't know exactly what we got until I go back and look at the footage, but I did hear a few awesome things that happened on there. Did we communicate with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? I don't know, I'd like to think we did. I know one thing, we communicated with something tonight. I really did enjoy doing this investigation. So until the next time, guys, peace. I'm out of here. Do you believe? Oh, Father, Mother, God. It's drying. Come on. Do it. That's it. Wow, look at that